TP family, welcome back to part 2 of the Unrealistic Box podcast, where we are speaking to Roger Williams, a dear friend and a pilot. If you haven't listened to part 1, please go right now. Listen to it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts. Please, you will enjoy it. And join us back in part 2, where we continue the conversation with our friend.
But what's a typical perfect day for you? Or have you ever flown and just be like, this is one of the best days I've ever had?
Yeah. The good days is when everything goes as planned. As planned. Because when you start to mix stuff with like weather and stuff like, case in point, the flight I did last Friday before my day off, we should have left the day before because we were picking up people in Fort Myers, and we had to cancel the flight and launch the next day. So what was happening to me now, my duty assignment was to start at 2 p.m. the previous day. So your body is set for a 2 p.m. cycle, all along. Now, the next day to facilitate the trip, they asked if I wanted to take an earlier slot for 7 a.m. Now I'm adjusting my body to get back to a morning thing, just throws off your circadian, So now that just started that. But we took off, we left a little bit late. We left it was 2 of our company aircrafts were flying to pick up, and we left a little late because one of the other aircrafts had a mechanical issue. So we left late. So, but anyway, we took off, we ran up the engines, we flew like real fast and got to the pickup, loaded up with passengers, and we took off for Canada. Got into Canada, it was a little turbulent getting in, but we landed, parked the plane. Then it just started to pour rain, like storming like all over. So now that delayed us now getting back to Florida, flying back, because now when there's any kind of thunderstorms and stuff like that, they can't fuel aircrafts because it's a hazard, so we have lightning and stuff like that. So that delayed us more. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I say that to say, after all that, we took off in the low visibility and we climbed out. But after that, we climbed out. And then once we hit 10,000 feet, we popped over all the weather, and it was just a clear day after that. Yeah, so we took off, we took off in instrument conditions, meaning we couldn't really see outside. And like right as we took off, outside was just white. We couldn't see outside. And we climbed through the weather, and I'm just focusing on the instruments. My other pilot is running the checklist. I'm just like stuck on the instrument. And I'm like telling him, read me the checklist. I'm like, okay, do this. And he's busy with everything. And I'm just focused and like fly the plane. And then we popped, when we got to about 10, 15,000 feet, we just popped through all the weather. And then we went and leveled off at like 45,000 feet. And then it was clear, had the autopilot on, we were just relaxing, and it was, so I say that to say we started bad, but it ended good in a sense, but a perfect day for me is like when everything happens, we leave on time, there's no mechanical issues, we get the mission done, and the plane is back in one piece, and we're good. That's a perfect day for me. I love that, there's no hiccups, but the hiccups are a little bit in the fun too, it spices it up a little bit,
That's right.
And then you got to replan, and then now you got to think, okay, well, you have this amount of fuel, and you need to add fuel, and then you have to calculate your weight and balance. I'm like, okay, based on the winds, I'm like, can I make it? Or, all these things that you got to be thinking about on the fly like this. So it's fun, it's fun.
You have accomplished so much things. What is next for you? What do you want to do next?
Right now, I am happy for where I'm at right now, flying this corporate jet and stuff like that, and doing this. In the future, maybe later on, I don't know, maybe a couple years, or I don't know, maybe fly some other jet, get rated in another jet maybe. But right now, I'm taking the opportunity to get used, especially since I'm in this new jet, to get used to the airplane, get to know it a lot better than already, what I know so far. And be in tune with it, because when you start mixing and then going training in new planes and all, it starts to get it starts to add too many things and stuff. So it's good to learn one equipment and know it well, and then a bit later on advance. But I'm fine where I'm at right now. I'm comfortable, and I can't complain.
So what do you do on your downtime?
So
Like to Jamaica.
Sleep, that too. Well, actually, I had one of my company we had a plane in Jamaica just a couple hours ago. I was just watching it on my phone.
Oh.
We were in Montego Bay, yeah. But in Jamaica, my off days, I'll hop up on trips. One thing my company does is that when you're on your days off, they pay you to fly on your days off. So like I'm salaried. Yeah. So when I'm on, if they need you to fly on your day, like they really need a pilot, and I'm willing to fly my days off, I can come in and then just because I'm coming in on my day off, they actually pay me to work on my day off, which I'm cool with that. I'm always fine. So that's fine. So on my days off, I'll pick up a couple trips on my days off. I might be off. Say for instance, I'm on Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for example. And then they have a flight to Mexico or something like that. And then the other pilots are off and they're out of town or something. And they say, hey, Roger, are you in town? They call me, send me an email. I'll check my email. And then I'll say, hey, sure, I'm willing to do it. I'll fly on the day off. And they say, okay, flight departs at this time. This is the aircraft. This is who you're flying with, picking up these people and wherever. Like, all right, cool. I'll do that. And then I'll do the trip. So, yes, I'll typically do that. I try to rest on my days off. That's basically it. Try to eat healthy. Try my best, but it's basically it. Use it just to recuperate.
Place to travel?
It would sound cliche if I say Jamaica. Jamaica is up there, just because it's like anytime you go to Jamaica, it's like, you come in and you line up when you do that last turn to line up with the runway, and it's like you see Jamaica. That's home, So Jamaica has a special spot, but I'd say I love California. I love California. I mean, I lived there for 3 years, and I love the place to death. The traffic is horrible, but I love California. Going downtown Hollywood. I have a lot of friends I knew from there from college days, so we'll all meet up and stuff, go downtown Hollywood, go up to the Hollywood sign, and stuff like that. So California, with this new gig now, I'm going to be doing a lot, like most of my flying is international, like 95% of the time is international flights.
You guys don't need visas for that, right?
So we just have our passports and stuff, so we're crew, so like a lot of stuff we're exempt from. Mm-hmm. So when we fly to a country, we're a crew. We just show our badge, our company, our pilot badge and stuff like that. And, they'll just send us through or whatever. So it's, depending on where you go. So usually it's not an issue. Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, I want to go to Ecuador. I haven't been to Ecuador yet, but it's I heard it's a nice place. Ecuador and Peru, Lima, Peru. We had some pilots who flew to Peru last week, and they were like posting all the pictures. And I should have got it. And I was on my day. I was actually in the office training some new hires. So I couldn't leave. So I was in the office for the company training some new hire guys that just came in. So I was busy for like 3 days training them, and then I saw they went to Peru. I'm like, man, I should have been on that. And then they had a flight to Jamaica that day too. I was like, man, I should have gone to Jamaica, but I was busy working and training new people. So it is what it is. So those stuff you get the occasional extra trips and stuff, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's a common myth or misconception when it comes to flying an aircraft or piloting on a whole?
A common myth. People think that pilots are constantly like holding the controls and we're like flying and it ain't like that. All right.
That's not comforting.
Yeah. So
that's not comforting.
I can tell you right now.
You guys be letting go of steering.
So yeah, let me explain. So we have a system called an autopilot.
Right.
So like Friday when I was flying back, we took off out of Montreal, Canada, and took off. I was feeling good that day, so I actually hand flew the plane up to like 30,000 feet, then engaged the autopilot. So not to scare you, but to be realistic, you can have an 8-hour flight And within that 8-hour flight, from, say, for instance, Kingston to London, for example, argument's sake, that's what, like 8 hours, I think it is. In that time, the pilots maybe touch the controls, maybe 4 minutes. So the plane is on autopilot for 7 hours and 56 minutes.
The takeoff.
And so we take off. Yeah, basically, that's what happened. Yeah. So we can take off. Our company procedure, at least for us, is at least 500 feet above the ground before we can engage the autopilot. Per our way called standard operating procedures, we can get up to 500 feet, engage the autopilot. Coming back down, it can be 200 feet from the ground and landing. Yeah.
How quickly can you reach 500?
500 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, seconds. Yeah, seconds. Oh,
really?
Yeah, I was taking off Friday, and it's interesting with this jet, with any jet. We line up on the runway, we hold the brakes, and we push the thrust lever. That's when it spools up and sounds louder, and starts to rumble. And we're bulleting down the runway at 120, and then we're going. And then when the other pilot calls rotate, which means climb, we're hitting 500 feet in like 6-7 seconds, maybe. Yeah. And then you have to watch yourself, because now you can blow. We have what we call speed restrictions. So, like within our airport, you can't exceed more than 200 knots or 200 knots in the climb. So we have to bring the power back quickly, because the plane just wants to go.
Right.
So you got to catch it and bring it back and start slowing down. Yeah. So if you've ever been on a plane and you take off and it sounds like they're at full power, and then it kind of tapers off a little bit, and you hear like the thrust lever just kind of goes back a little bit. That's what it is. And then we do what you call a second stage climb, where we continue to climb. Wow. So it's
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary. I never know it was that quick.
Oh yeah, it is pretty fast. Yesterday, last week, we were doing 3,000 plus feet per minute climbing. Like, just it's a rocket. Like, that thing just goes like it's. Woo, man, I love it. I love the.
Yes, of course.
I love it, and
is
then
that the fastest one you've been on?
Oh yeah, it's my first jet. Oh yeah. But it's the fastest one. And then actually, I don't think I should have told in the video, that flight I did was my first flight in that jet last week. Okay. So I had another pilot, another captain next to me, you basically were there to kind of observe you and stuff, and keep you to make sure and see how you're doing and stuff like that, and because he's more experienced in that aircraft. Okay. So yeah. So
is it a case where you would specify what type of aircraft you want to fly?
No, so when you get hired at a company, they have a fleet of jets, whatever it is. You go through what is known as INDOC. So it's like a ground training where you learn a company procedure, stuff like that. Then they assign you to the aircraft. Usually you'll know which aircraft you'll be flying before you get hired anyway.
Okay.
Then they send you away to training, to a training center, where you go for what is known as a type rating. Now, a type rating is what they give you. It's a thing on your pilot certificate, which says you're qualified to fly that specific aircraft. So any aircraft that weighs more than 12,500 pounds, you have to get, and it's a turbojet, you need a type rating in that aircraft. So they send you for the training, you go back, you go through the training program, and then you come back home, and then you're on what you call IOE, initial operating experience, where they just kind of go through, you fly for a few flights with another captain, and just to make sure you're comfortable with the plane, you're learning more about it and stuff like that, and then you're released to fly the full line. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're now at our fun time segment. We're going to take a break, and we're going to have a little fun. Laura, what games do we have today?
We have word association.
Oh.
And we have some lyrics to some songs. So I'll read the lyrics, and you will tell me what song it is and who,
who sing it? Are them thing they give me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, no. All right.
Not playing with you.
I don't know.
We'll wing it. Something will come. All right. So I'll give you a couple words. I'll give him a couple words. All right. So let's just do that first.
Yeah.
Okay. So your first word is seat. SEAT.
Just seat, or can it be
Seated.
Seated.
Sure. 15 seconds. Yeah.
Is it is there a specific genre you're looking for, or
no,
anything?
Anything.
Oh, what's that one by Brooklyn Tab? Worthy is the Lamb, right? Seated on the cross.
Yeah. All right, good.
Yeah.
The next one, Wings.
Wings?
Yes.
It's right here at the tip. Wings. There's one I like called Wings by Marissa. But you probably don't know it.
No, you're gonna give us a piece though.
It's called Angel's Wings.
You're gonna sing it.
I ain't gonna sing on you.
Yes.
I need to sing?
Yes.
No, okay, pause. I didn't even warm my vocal cords and stuff like that.
What? Give us a 1 second.
Oh, there's this one. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Right.
That one.
Yeah.
That's my
Wind
Beneath My Wings.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, our third one is Jamaica.
Eternal Father.
That's right.
God, hey, let me tell you something.
That's right.
You're not ready for this.
All right, your final word is flower.
Like flour, or flour like cornmeal flour. Which one of flour do you want?
Like the plant.
Hey, you gotta specify. Like,
Exactly.
I'm just saying,
Like the plant.
Oh, jeez, flour. Laura, you really think about them one day before you give me, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I figured, yeah. Them one they kind of tough. Flour. Come on, y'all help me. I bet y'all don't know one with flour in it. Yeah, I bet. You don't know, right? And I don't. Flour.
I can't think of anything.
I can't think of it.
Flour. Jeez, no, man. Flour. No.
We'll give it a 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Give it a 3 out of 3. All right, come, Kimmy, your turn.
All right.
So your first word is listen.
Oh, man, you knew that one. Yeah, you knew.
Yes.
All right. The next one is heaven.
What is it?
Heaven.
By Keisha Cole. That's what I'm doing.
You're just whipping them out like that.
Hello.
I feel like you knew this ahead, but it's all good.
She's literally right.
Oh, really? Okay.
The third one is gate.
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 Open the floodgates in abundance.
I was gonna be like, open the floodgates of heaven, let it rain.
I know it, but that now comes to mind.
The final one is sun.
Sun, S-O-U. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
You get short,
Okay.
You get short. All right, so our next segment is where I'll read the lyrics
Yeah.
and you will guess the song.
So I have to guess the song.
Sing the song, Roger. Don't play with it. All right, so this one is my hands stand in awe of your name. Your mighty love strands strong to the end. You will fulfill your purpose in me. You won't forsake me. You will be with me.
Is this new? Is it like
No, it's from Tasha Cobbs.
What song?
Stop playing.
I ain't playing though.
What is the song?
Say the last lyrics again.
My hands stand in awe of your name. Your mighty love strands strong to the end.
It's not by might, not by power, but my spirit now. Send your spirit, God. Not by might. It's not it?
No.
Oh.
It's you know my name.
Oh, okay.
You have to sing it though.
No, I don't. Well, I mean, the woman gonna sing a song, man. I know.
You know my name, and I am your own. No. Yeah.
Unless I'm. You sure?
No.
Wait, hold on. What's the name of that song?
Gracefully broken. I was want to come here to you that right. Gracefully broken.
Gracefully, well, yeah. You.
That's Natasha Cobb. All right, fine. All right, the next one is I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. I'll cross the hottest desert. I'll travel neon far.
Who's the well? I have to tell the singer or the
Natasha Cobb is the singer.
I know it. Oh, wait, say it again.
I'm desperately waiting to be where you are.
I'm desperately waiting for
To
your
be-
glory. Yeah.
For your glory.
For your glory, I will do
Yes.
anything just to see you, to behold you
Our
as my
last-
king. All right, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm like, it's like I have to play it in my head. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this one says, "Come, ye sinner, lost and lonely.
Oh, I know that.
Jesus' blood can make you free, for he saved a wretch like
know
me,
it.
and I know."
I know now. Wait for the beginning. Wait for the beginning.
Come, ye sinner, lost and lonely. Jesus' blood.
Maybe if you
can
give me like the first tune, I might be able to finish it. Like,
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, no more. Oh, geez, that's so bad. Oh my
Na
goodness.
na na na. By Gates,
Yeah.
the vocal man.
Jeez.
Gather vocal band or Gather vocal band? You mean I'm just a sinner saved by grace? That's what you said?
No.
And I know. Yes, I know.
Yes, I know that this person was a and I know. Okay, I know that. Oh,
Yes.
I know all these songs, but it's just that I need to like get more of that. Okay.
God. All right, Kimmy, I'm gonna give you one.
Alright, easy one.
I know you're not gonna get this one.
No, so why are you
There's a miracle in this room with my name on it. There's a healing in this room, and it's here for me.
I don't know. But that's all I can
It is.
Okay, that's all I can do.
There's a miracle in this room with my name on it.
Who's that by?
Tasha Cobb.
What is this?
All right, so our last section is the riddles. I'm going to give
And
you
I
some.
kill.
How she know them? She
am.
Because she's seen them before.
Are they? It's sometimes it's common. So.
Nah,
The ones you've given me?
you've seen them before.
Where? But it's a lot of website. I'm not searching on them.
I haven't touched riddles in the ages, probably since I left Jamaica, which is embarrassing, but it's all right. Go ahead.
All right. So, what is at the end of the rainbow?
Just so
One
like,
pot of gold.
that does so like common
Roger.
sense to me, but I don't know if I'm right.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. Our next one. What word is always spelled wrong?
What word is always spelled wrong?
You have to
Right.
get that.
Wrong.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So, wait a minute, so.
Come on now.
You know.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on now.
Okay, what invention
Assalamu
lets you look right through a wall?
What?
What invention lets you look right through a wall?
Yeah, I heard this one before. ¿Qué pasa? No.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Our
man.
last one. A man is holding exactly $5.25,
Mhm.
but only has one coin. How is this possible?
He has $5.25. Okay. And he has
But
one coin.
Only has one coin. How is this possible?
Oh man. Kim, what is it?
Is it a nickel? He has a nickel. I don't know if it's the one. The nickel is it the nickel
Wait.
25 or the
No. We have the 25-cent coin. I know that.
What is
But he has only a coin.
dime?
That's what she said.
That
But
many?
that's not
The quarter. The US quarter.
You have to say the whole thing. So he has a quarter and a $5 bill. Well, no.
Well, that's true. Well, yeah, definitely.
No. You never get to tell about a
No. Pause.
No.
Hold on.
You never said it. You have
Hold
to
on.
say it.
All right. All right.
Our last one.
Mm-hmm.
I am higher without a head. What am I?
Hired without a head.
Higher, as in H-I...
Oh, higher.
G-H-E-R.
Okay, like...
Right.
Hired without a head. I feel I'm in a philosophy class, you know.
What is one of them? A pillow.
Oh, I would never think that. Like, what?
That is it.
What? Are you see? Kim, you knew that?
No, I was trying to figure out what it was, so that did kind of. But that was good. Shout out to Roger with it.
Yeah, I got something at least. I got something.
So, in keeping with the theme of our podcast, what is one unrealistic dream that you would want to be fulfilled by life's end?
Unrealistic, that's deep. Now you're saying
unrealistic to an outsider, of course, but you can definitely achieve it. Yeah. So anyone else that tells don't think about them, but just unrealistic to us, not you.
Unrealistic dream. And if they think it's unrealistic for me, but I think I can do it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, that's kind of hard to say because I don't even care what people think.
That's my guy.
I don't even care. Like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I don't know if everybody thought I'd be flying jets in my 20s right now, but I'm doing it right now.
Hello. Right?
So, and I can tell people, like, you can do anything you put your mind to. So
say it again.
Yeah. You can literally put your mind anything you want to do. So I couldn't care what John Brown says or Jack or Jill what she thinks. As far as I'm concerned, if next year I want to fly a 747 jet or something, I can do it. As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and that's my mentality, man.
Yes.
That's it. So my dream that I mean, I don't know if people think it's unrealistic.
I don't know, maybe having your own airline or having your own training school.
But that's the thing. I mean, I've thought of stuff like that. But I mean, it's something, and it's honestly, it's not, especially in the States, that's not unrealistic at all. Right. You can do that. I mean, if tomorrow I could do an LLC and start my own company if I really wanted to, which I've thought about in the times. But like as I said, at this phase of my life, I'm kind of content, and it's like I'm taking it step by step. So I'm not putting a time stamp or a clock saying, But I mean, I tell myself I want to do other things, right? But I'm not sitting there saying like, next week I have to do it by this time or this has time. Because as I said earlier in the podcast, it's all about timing. It really is all about timing. And God said, God paved the way for me at this point to say, hey, Raj, I want you here right now. I want you flying this jet. I want you in this job right now. If in the next 2 years or year or whatever he says, Raj, I want to take you to somewhere else, so be it. But right now I'm content with what I'm at. And but I do have big goals. I want to help people more, especially people who want to do, join aviation and stuff like that. I really want to help people reach their goal. And that's just me. I like to help people. I like to give, anybody is in need. That's just me. And any way I can help somebody, that's just what I love to do.
Beautiful.
So I want to help more. I want to give more. And that's my main goal, if I have a main goal, Yeah.
So, what would you like to tell to our listening audience? Any encouraging word you'd like to tell them to keep their head up, to do what they want?
I mean, I mean, it sounds cliche, but it really. But let me say this: people will doubt you throughout your journey. People would say, people just not believe you can make it. People will put to you what they think you should do. I mean, I remember I enrolled in college and people were suggesting, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Like telling you what you should do. If you want something, and let me tell you something, if you want something, you can do it if you put your mind to it. This little kid running up down at Kingsway High School or prep school, in khaki uniform, running and laughing up and down and stuff like that. I told myself, I want to be flying airplanes. Yeah. And today I'm flying airplanes, So, it's one of those things where you have to develop the mentality that no matter what people think you should do, you have to kind of block that out and determine that, hey, this is what I want and push for it. Stay focused. Absolutely stay focused. Not saying don't have fun, don't enjoy yourself and stuff like that, but try your best to do good habits. Keep a clean record, especially in the aviation industry. It's not forgiving. So you want to make sure, keep a clean record, stay out of trouble, have a good flying history. Also, make connections with people. Treat fellow pilots, because aviation is a small community. And there's going to be some pilot that knows a pilot who knows that pilot. Yeah. It's a very close-knit. Aviation is a very close-knit family. So make connections and keep those connections. Because you'll never know down the road when you're going to need that person for that recommendation. Or, I mean, where I'm at right now, one of the guys who were pushing me to start flying here, they brought me on board because they saw my attitude over a period of time. They saw the person I was, they saw I was involved in things. And that's a good point too. If you want to do flying, don't just say, oh, I'm going to train to fly and then do that. Do other things. Get involved in a club. Get involved in different things, extracurricular stuff. Do other things. Because that resume, when that hiring department looks at this and they see something, you're qualified on paper with your experience, but what did you do otherwise? So do things like that, build connections, and just stay focused. And trust me, it sounds cliche, but the sky is the limit, no pun intended. And it is. And if you want to do it, you can do it. And let me tell you something, this kid that grew up in Kingston and was at Kingsway and came here, did it, you can too. Trust me. And I'm a living testimony for that fact.
So thank you, Roger, for
Absolutely.
coming again and for sharing your wealth of knowledge, for sharing your experience with us. We just want to say thank you, and we just want to commend you on all that you have accomplished so far, and we are excited for what the future holds for you.
I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and thank you for having me here. I know it took a while. It took a while for us to do this, but I told Kim, was it last week? I was like, I took up my calendar. I was like, I'm off these days. I said, we're doing it Sunday. I will be available. Sunday. I'm telling you, I'm going to be available.
We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just back and forth. I was out of town, and for a month I was in training and stuff like that. So I'm catching back with all my messages and stuff. I'm like, oh man. But I'm glad that we made it happen. I'm really happy. But yeah, I'm really happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to close, we have a quote. It says, there's a time in your life when you're not quite sure where you are. You think everything's perfect, but it's not perfect. Then one day you wake up and you can't quite picture yourself in the situation you're in. But the secret is, if you can picture yourself doing anything in life, you can do it. And that's by Tom DeLong.
DeLong, I like that. I'm gonna write down his name. Hold on. All right, just put it in my thing to save. Oh, he has a ton of quotes here. Okay.
So
I like that. Yeah.
Once again, thank you. It was a beautiful and enlightening. I was definitely informed on the whole realm of aviation and what it entails, and the oars, it's a lot. And I respect that you love it so much. And I respect your craft even more.
Thank you.
This is Bye from the Unrealistic Box podcast.
That's it. Absolutely. All right.
We just want to remind all our listeners to live your own dream and do all the best things in life. You can do it. And as our guest Roger said, the sky is the limit. Follow us on all social media platforms: Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. At Calawa Productions.